Hello everyone and welcome to the third and final round of the 2025 Oklahoma Open presented by Under Par, with coverage brought to you by Discin Deals and commentary brought to you by the Toss-Up crew, comprised of myself, Jacob Grannan, and joining me is Taylor Noriega.
I am very excited to watch these guys take on POSTOAK. Very fun course to play if you guys are ever in the area. I've never seen it played with this talented of a feature card, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, you guys are in for a treat. We're coming off of 2 rounds filled with mud and rain, so got to give a shout out to the camera operators who did an excellent job capturing the footage from these incredible players playing some of our best courses in town. Let's get into the player profiles.
Starting here with Matt Bell, who's our current leader at 20 down from Sperry, Oklahoma. He had a scorcher of a second round. If you guys have not checked out that coverage, do so now.
And James, who was leading after round 1, had a bit of a struggle in the second round, but looking to bring it back.
We got GT Hancock here. He also kind of struggled on the back 9 of round 2. But it was good enough to get him on feature card and within striking distance.
And our first coverage from Elijah Cleary, at least for this tournament. Haven't seen much from him. He's from Highland Village, Texas, and he is at 14 down. If you're looking for your next disc golf challenge, look no further than Knockwood Disc Golf Course. For more information, visit playknockwood.com. Getting into hole 1, 550 feet. Par 4, as you can see, it's going to be pushing through this tunnel of trees before it bends off to the left, where, yes, that's right, you're met again with another tunnel. So you want to play a couple of shots down these fairways and into the basket. Tough hole, coming in at the third hardest.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Welcome to your final round of the 2025 Oklahoma Open, brought to you by Under Par Apparel and driven by Innova Champion Discs. This is our 105 tee time in the MPO division. This is your lead card. First on the tee, shooting a 1073 rated round yesterday, from Sperry, Oklahoma, Matt Bell.
As Chuck Bayless said, a 1073 rated round 2 at Blackhawk.
When in the conditions they were playing in, I'm surprised it wasn't rated higher, but
this is looking ideal. This is
absolutely crushed and in an ideal spot. Getting a nice little roll down. Perfect.
Next on the tee, at 17 under par, from Tulsa, James Owens.
James is going to be looking to make a push today, as this is the final round of the tournament. Let's see how he opens up with the first shot on hole 1. Leaking a little left, but
can get squeaky through that left side, and if it does, it's going to make the corner plus some. That is a great spot to be in as well.
Third on the tee at 15 under par, from Bedford, Texas, GT Hancock.
GT also looking to make a push for the top, especially after the back 9 of round 2. Man, these guys are making this gap look massive, and I promise you, it is anything but.
Yeah.
In a slightly less ideal spot, but still going to be able to get up and down from there, most likely.
And rounding out our lead card at 14 under par, from Highland Village, Texas, Elijah Cleary.
This is my first time getting a look at Elijah Cleary here. Excited to see what his game is all about and seeing how he dices up POSTOAK today.
I am as well.
Taking the James Owens intended line, but
getting a couple tree kicks that and ending up in what appears to be a decently fortunate spot. I mean, having even this, he's a little tight off, but you can find some real trouble in that left side rough.
Yeah, and he's just going to be pitching up get a little bit of extra distance to, salvage a par out of this.
This is likely a layup play.
I think he was going for it. I mean, this is final round. I think we're going to be seeing some amazing shots this coverage.
I'm excited. I hope we get to see some awesome ones.
So the thing with this is, like, you got to kind of put it in the air to have time to bend around everything. just like this. This is what GT didn't do.
Oh my gosh, he almost threw it in.
Yeah, that's the issue with it, because that does actually slope downhill past the basket.
Yeah, pretty significantly too.
And then look at this. I mean, that's
literally
that's insane where he was at.
Literally what Matt Bell excels at too. That just nice little layup, nose up into the green.
Like, I knew he was well past the corner, but to be like kind of spin putting up there for an eagle opportunity.
Hitting off the band. I mean, showing signs of confidence early. That's good.
It's an outside the circle look here from James Owens. If he's going to make a push, he needs to be hitting putts like this, and he leaves it short. Not what you want to do when the leader's going to be taking a stroke on you.
Tapping in a par for GT there. No damage done.
And I didn't see the difficulty of hole 1, but...
Third hardest.
It is the third hardest. Okay, so yeah, Matt Bell getting strokes not only on the card here, but on everybody in the field. Because taking a par on this hole is fine, but when you have the leader that's asserting dominance, birdieing it, I mean, that's
tough
an
look.
Intimidator factor right there. Getting into hole 2, it's a par 4, 440 feet. Plays up this hill. You want to go forehand and have it finish before the grouping of trees that the drone just flew past, or a little bit past them. Just anything that gives you an open look for another shot. Depending on where you're at, mainly you want to have like a backhand. If you're having to throw a forehand, then that means you're not in a good spot for your second. Matt Bell showing his underrated forehand, pushing hyzer. That is the ideal gap that you want to hit for like the short pin, as you can see there. That's
such an interesting form. He like hikes his right leg up as he throws.
Whatever works, it works.
And James in a less than ideal spot. You want to get a little bit further past that tree line, but he should have something to work with from there.
I wonder if the nerves are kicking in, being 4 back to start the final round. This is going to need some skip action here. Kind of a straight skip, honestly. He'll be able to salvage some sort of look to try to get a birdie.
That looked smooth.
Smooth forehand from Elijah Cleary, and just an unfortunate kickback. That's the grouping of trees that you want to just be around of. So as you can see, you got to throw the forehand, but the issue with the forehand is that it just pushes into this rough. So most of the times if you're having to throw a forehand for your upshot, then you didn't do a successful job of getting yourself in line.
I wonder if that was the gap he was going for. If so, that is awesome.
Yeah, that looked very spicy from Elijah there. And GT, see, that's the issue with the forehand. I much prefer the backhand turnover if you have it, but if your option is only to throw the forehand, that is the issue with it.
Yeah.
Turn a little bit for the man.
Given the body language to get the turn, getting himself in range for yet another birdie.
Here we go.
He's looking to take strokes and clear the field even more.
He's looking to wrap this thing up pretty early to have 5 strokes on the next competitor behind him to start out.
Oh.
And once again.
GT just off of tagging that birdie. And Matt
didn't capitalize.
Little nervy.
I don't know if it was nervy or just... I just feel like it would be hard to be that nervy with a 4-stroke lead. Maybe got a little ahead of himself thinking, if I birdie this, I'm 5 up.
Yeah.
Can play a little stress-free. And
shout out to Elijah, though. Only birdie on the card.
Yeah, it puts him
very good stuff.
6 back and tied with GT now. So this could be anybody's round if we're seeing putts miss from that kind of range. This whole sponsor is brought to you by Dr. Christy Disc Dyes. Die happy. For more information, visit the website on the screen.
Getting into hole 3, 775 feet, par 4, coming in at the second hardest. Obviously, you can see we're getting some of the harder holes out of the way early, but you're going to play a long, straight, slight fade shot where that basket was on the left. And then you're going to be playing up from there to this basket that's tucked in just a little to the left off the fairway. Going to be very interesting to see how these guys play it. It's a tough hole.
Yeah, and kind of what I said in round 2 back 9 coverage for hole 17 at Black. This is the par 4 in Tulsa that I feel like might be in the front runner for best par fours in Tulsa.
That honestly still might be a fortunate kick. Like, to be where he was going to be and getting to where he is now, that's probably a good thing. Pathfinder from Matt. Ooh, finding himself in the left rough. And if you know anything about this course, there is a disc magnet in some of those trees.
There is. And this is the Strider here from James. And I've seen him throw this shot multiple times. I've seen him by the fire hydrants, but putting one in play, that's all you want.
And last, we got GT here. This is also leaking a little right. Part of what makes it so hard is because it's so downhill, and with the fact that you need it to fade left. You just typically don't want to do that when you're throwing them downhill.
And you don't want it to fade hard left, or otherwise you're taking yourself out of opportunity to throw your second shot to get a look for birdie. We're going to see a couple of these guys scrambling. I'm curious to see if Elijah is going to take this inside gap of that tree and then just hyzer flip. Does it got a little bit of turn on it? No, but the tree limb kicked him just enough.
Wow, this got all the way up there.
Yeah,
that fought through everything.
That's pin high. That's an amazing shot from Elijah there. James in the ideal spot. Looks like he's going with, I think that's either his MD3 or FD. Leaves him just outside the circle. He's going to be looking to going to be looking to hit that putt to get a stroke back on Matt.
And with where he's at, he's going to need to make that putt.
That's less than ideal of a pitch out because that leaves him on the left side. So he's going to have to, GT's going to have to go with some sort of forehand scramble from there.
Matt also, this could be bogey. He didn't get it all the way there, and that was his third. GT showing that he can still throw the forehand, and just like Elijah, just getting through everything, he's going to have a putt as well. Not from the area you want, but he has one. Looks like Matt is just going to pitch up for his bogey.
I think he gave that a soft little run there. That had a little stank on it. This is GT for his par.
Yeah, can't quite get it. It's
Yeah.
tough. Uphill putt.
It's a big putt from James here to get a stroke back on Matt. And he does with the fist pump. He knows that that's huge because he's gaining 2 strokes on the leader there. Air ball from Elijah.
Could be nerves.
Yeah. Don't know how many feature cards he's played on at an A tier.
But that one was zippy, so
Yeah.
maybe not.
Maybe just he's one of those guys that has a zippy putt and lefty stats all ready to start.
He's 100% lefty this tournament.
I like, pitching left putts every now and then, but doing it in an A tier is wild.
Getting the Discin Deals double take from James Lone Birdie on the hole. Just what he needed, giving him confidence to carry on for the rest of the round. You can see that fist bump there. Interesting stuff coming, I imagine. I'm going to say a thank you to our sponsor for this segment by Blue Stage Payments. This whole sponsor is brought to you by Ideo Sports. Use code Discin Deals to save on your next pair of some of the best disc golf shoes on the market.
Getting into hole 4, par 3, 400 feet, 7th hardest hole. And this one's a tricky trickster. So you're going from out in the open into the woods. I've personally have not played on a card where I've seen a birdie on this hole. So it playing as the 7th hardest, I can see it playing like that. But you just want to take your straightest flying disc, or you can go over the top of the trees. And that's
James
what it looks like James is doing. Yeah. If you've got the power, that's the play.
Let's see if we can see it come down. It looks like it's up there on the right side of the screen, I'd imagine.
I have no idea. Looks like
Elijah
Elijah's
also
playing for the top.
Doesn't look like he had the distance to get it over there, though.
That's the issue with that, and he's fortunate to actually kick left side over there to where he still has an opening. This is a line right here. This is the preferred line.
Yeah, Matt getting everything on it that you need.
I'd imagine he's probably throwing one of his thought space constructs there.
GT also taking a lower line.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a birdie from there, but you're also not going to put yourself in danger of taking a bogey.
Yeah, same thing. Elijah just getting himself up and down for the par. GT looking to do the same. Needs to slow down a little bit. Don't get too much of a roll. Yep, that'll be just fine.
Then I don't know if that was James. Yep, that was James. So he got pin high, just in
little
the,
left.
in the rough.
Yeah.
This would be a huge putt from Matt to get that stroke, or he actually lost 2 strokes to James on the previous hole. Get one of those back would have been ideal there. He is a 2-finger on the rim kind of putter. That's very unique. I've never seen that before.
Yeah. And these guys are going to be tapping out their par. So, as you can see, pretty difficult hole.
Big shout out to Tim Davis on the bag for James Owens. Did not even notice that.
Yet another lefty stat. We're seeing these lefties go in left and right.
Yes.
Progress doesn't stand still. Neither do we. Every moment matters, every step evolving through experience. Trust breeds confidence, and confidence is everything. Any terrain, any conditions. The all-new Syncrasy V2 by Ideo Sports.
Hole 5 going to be 420 foot par 4. It's going to be going slightly uphill, and then it bends off to the left, and it's going to be going slightly downhill. So it makes it a little bit of a tricky hole, though obviously not for these guys, as it's coming in as the second easiest. I imagine that has something to do with the distance and it being a par 4, but we'll see how they do.
Yeah, this hole, it's just pretty much hit this initial gap on the right. You don't even need to get a bunch of distance, but more distance, as usual, will make things a whole lot easier. You know, you could take a mid-range and throw it 2 times, 210 feet, and you're under the basket.
It's true.
I know how to do math a little bit. Even hitting that cluster of trees from Elijah,
you can get up and down from there.
Still salvage a birdie. It is a pretty soft par 4. So we see Matt Bell taking the hyzer line. I mean, just count it good.
Oh,
if
my
it requires
goodness.
a hyzer off the
he could
tee,
jump putt from there, possibly. These guys just chopping this hole up, making it look extremely easy. Yeah, even with where Elijah is.
Still a straight shot at it.
Yeah, just a little bit, something that fades a little bit. This is going to be in a good spot, I think. Yeah, I mean,
he's going to have that tree in his way on the putt, but we'll see if he's just left of it or just right of it. It's a little high for my liking, but that tree is quite the receiver because it caught it and dropped it.
Yeah.
Though, would that make a good receiver? That would make a bad receiver.
Yeah, I guess so.
You got to drop it and catch it, or not drop it and catch it. I know sports, ladies and gentlemen, I do. What I do not like is seeing that disc
almost
roll.
go out of bounds.
For how many rocks there are on this green, I'm surprised that it was able to, navigate through all of them and not stop.
And like I said, he could jump putt at this if he wanted to. That is an incredible drive. Hitting off the pole, tapping in a birdie.
Okay, so he is just right of the tree. So, yeah, he's got a putt. Yeah,
and he's good for
it. You knew it was in the whole way.
That is awesome.
James again.
That is fortunate to not roll away there because that's very likely to happen.
100%. I know he had some cabbage to probably putt over, and it's one of those putts where you put it in the air and you're like, I did it. I actually made the putt.
And then it just hits the cage, bounces up like a trampoline, and you find yourself in not some fun scenario.
And we have a double take here for Elijah Cleary. Just a perfect, no wobble, spinny little putt. And that double take is brought to you by Blue Sage Payments. This whole sponsor is brought to you by Ducks Flying Discs, providing the best disc sports products to the greater Wichita area since 2013. Getting into hole 6 here, par 3, 280 feet, playing as the 9th easiest hole. There's a couple different ways you can play this, although I've never understood the over-the-top play because I always feel like it just puts you in the rough on the right. Ideal shot is take a putter or mid that has a little bit of turn to it late, and it's going to put you under the basket.
Or you can go forehand. It is an option as well, though it doesn't fade hard enough to, require it.
Well, it does when it hits that tree.
Yeah, puts them underneath the basket. A second forehand.
Even Matt Bell going with the forehand?
Very interesting.
Huh. I figured he would have just threw his Pathfinder flat and just let the disc do the work for him.
And here we're getting a look at the over-the-top play from GT.
Yeah, that's just going to crash down left of the basket if it doesn't hit anything late, or it misses completely everything, and he's actually well past the basket.
Yeah, it's going to be in, I'd say it's actually in line with it, but he's going to have those trees in the way.
James opting to go for it, though. I would want to see his forehand on this hole, but that is high in the sky.
That had a better angle on it. Going to be in a better position than GT.
See, is it just me, or is that so much work for a just inside circle putt?
I agree. No, I think it's a little too much because look at this.
Give it to
I just
GT
had a feeling.
Hancock.
I just
You
had a
did.
feeling.
I sensed it coming. Do not get big putted, James.
And he does
He's
not.
good for it. Okay, his drive was a lot closer than what it looked like on camera. So
Getting 3 birdies and a par here for Matt, ruining our constellation frame. That's okay. Maybe we'll get another one.
I would have loved to see him throw the backhand.
Getting another Discin Deals double take by GT, of course. I mean, you see him running it down. That was an incredible putt. Again, thank you to our sponsor, Blue Sage Payments. This whole sponsor is brought to you by Double Par Designs. Visit the website today for designs for your next tournament flyer, custom hot stamp, logos, or social media graphics. Getting into hole 7, 875 feet, par 5. First hardest on the course, and for good reason. This plays extremely uphill, extremely downhill, and back uphill. As you can see, averaging a stroke and then some over par. You guys are going to see just how much of a beast this hole is.
Yeah, this was one of the new holes that was put in for this tournament. It's actually combining hole 7 and 8 of the original layout. And that tee shot, honestly, is about as good as you can ask for. I mean, the camera angle doesn't do this shot justice. This is very uphill.
Very. I'd honestly argue it could be close to like 40 feet of elevation.
100%, because even the short hole played as like 310 feet, and it felt like as James kind of slips there, but...
That is a great result for slipping. He should still be okay in that spot to at least get up and down for par.
Yeah, I'd imagine that these guys are playing it for par. If you get a birdie on this hole, I mean, you're gaining 2 strokes on the field based on the average over par that it's playing.
GT looking to get down to the bottom of the hill to set himself up for his third. Leaking a little right, and you definitely can't do that on this hole.
No, not what you want to do. Elijah's actually in a decent spot here. If you can put a little bit of flex on this and just let the hill do its thing,
Carry
gravity,
it down. Yeah.
pull it on down, and that's a fine spot to be in for your third.
Yeah, you can definitely get your par from there. And that's what these guys are looking to do, likely. I don't think anybody's thinking birdie on this hole. James is definitely not thinking birdie after that.
Yeah, that. Even from there, that's going to be a tough up and down for the par. And Matt's basically in an ideal spot as you can be, and this is going to land in that like Rocky Creek area that kind of like separates.
This is going to be interesting if this works out. Yeah, I don't know that you can do much else from over there. It's so tight. The wood line is just so thick.
It's either pitching out directly behind you or going for it, and you know with these guys needing to score,
They're
as
gonna
James
go for
hits
it.
that limb there, that's smelling bogey.
Thumber to get out, and I don't think he even cleared the rest of the woods. I think he's still in it.
Looked like he wanted to do a little course maintenance there. Elijah's just playing this one to perfection for the par. I mean, that's another ideal landing zone for his.
You got to be thinking that Matt is thinking birdie here.
This also is way uphill. No way. Can he get it up there? That's going to be a long look for birdie, man.
That's pretty much as good as you can do, given his condition, like having to take it from a knee. I have to imagine he could have gotten up and down. In James, fortunate to end up where he is, but I imagine he could have gotten up and down if he was in a better position. Interestingly enough, he's played in the rough far enough that he can kind of get a look at the basket.
Yeah, and this hole is showing why it is the hardest on the course, because it is just, a monster of a hole. And once it gets that is incredible by Elijah.
Elijah's awesome, man. He's just playing incredible golf.
Yeah, that is getting a par on this one. Again, you're gaining a full stroke on the field when you just par this hole. We got a long look here for Matt for the bird.
It didn't look like it looked like he gave it like a soft bid, but that looked like more like a throw than a putt.
And we're seeing every shot out of the arsenal of GT Hancock here. I think he's thrown this is like a pancake.
Yeah.
You like to throw those on the channel there from time to time. I have seen you ace a hole throwing that shot.
It's pretty fun. James taking a bogey.
Matt with the par. GT with the double. Very easy to do on this hole.
And as you guys can see, they're playing the hole stats to perfection, slightly over one stroke over par.
And I wish we could shout someone out for the birdie for that tournament, but it did not get birdied one time. Yeah, don't go in the woods, folks, indeed. And you do not want to go into the woods on this one. Hole 8, par 4, 475 feet, playing as the 8th easiest. This is one that these guys, if you have the power, they're licking their chops right now at an eagle opportunity. Really, the only danger on this hole is finding OB water on the left, and you don't want to kick right into the rough. I'm interested to see who goes for it and who's laying up, because there is OB all along the left side.
I have to imagine all these guys are going to be playing more of the layup play, even though this is the final round and they do need to get aggressive.
But that's the issue with the layup play. Like, the OB comes up kind of sneaky, so the layup play is not guaranteed, but it is with the assist of a tree there for Matt Bell.
I am interested that it is interesting that Matt did that and then James didn't go for it, but they're going to play their game. They're going to do it. GT's going for it.
Yeah, this is a destroyer here from GT. He's looking to hyzer flip that up, and that is a flippy destroyer, perfect for this hole. That is an opportunity.
It had just enough on it. It needed to come out of it, and it would have been incredible. It's still in range.
And then this is how you play this hole if you're wanting to just take your birdie and get out of dodge. Just a layup play, forehand. That was
unfortunate roll there. He's going to have a little bit of a tough putt, I imagine.
The ground's soft enough to where it can just sit and dig, but it doesn't. Pushing this pine back here is very annoying because it's just so thick, even in the fall. And putting out of there can be extremely annoying, especially when it's basically inside the circle. So having an inside the circle putt, but also putting inside of a tree.
Shout out to our eagle look here from GT.
Yeah, can't be mad at it.
Yeah, he had every bit of want on the drive. I think if he got it a little less turn. Yeah, like you said, I mean, it's very thick in there, and he's going from basically one to the other.
Yeah, and the strokes are starting to pile up for Elijah on this hole.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, that was for the bogey, unfortunately.
James tapping out an easy birdie.
Matt Bell really taking his time on this one. Give it that little pop.
Yep.
Can't afford to let James grab another stroke on him. It's a good job there by Matt.
Yeah, taking the double. Unfortunate OB stroke to start the hole and then playing from rough to rough, essentially.
Yeah, it's a total of 3 strokes, and GT gets one back on him to tie back up with Elijah.
Hole 9 is going to be 380 feet, par 3. Coming in at the 5th hardest, it's going to be playing to the left here, and then it bends back to the right. There is an over-the-top forehand play. You may see some of these guys do if they have a big enough forehand to do it. Can even go backhand over the top. So we're going to be able to see different plays that these guys do. The layup play is just a soft little shot to the left. Looks like Matt is going over the top.
Big turnover line here. And that's got the angle and the height. What is the wind doing? Because this could bring OB into play. I don't like that.
Wow. That is unfortunate. I'm surprised he did that.
It's maybe a shot that he's thrown before in a lot of practice rounds. And, James was trying to go over the top on this one. And he makes a mistake and almost takes out 2 cars.
Wow. Two OB strokes in that way is very interesting.
Well, now this kind of opens up the door for GT and Elijah. Like, okay,
These guys are...
What's going on here?
Wow.
Is that OB or is that safe?
That might be... That's going to be a tricky call. And it looks like they called it OB.
Rolled it OB. Yeah, I didn't see it touching any green grass there.
3 OB strokes on this hole is not something you see very often.
No, especially...
The wind must have been doing some real funky things for them to carry the disc that far.
Seeing Elijah just threw a forehand hyzer, and he's, just outside the circle putting for birdie. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what the wind was doing, and that's pulled.
James definitely has left that way too wide. This is an anomaly hole. I'm going to call it.
Yeah, this was... they made this one look kind of tough. And Elijah not able to capitalize on the birdie there.
Man. He's got a lot of them. He's pulling a little bit to the right.
That's a big tester putt there for bogey.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know what
You don't want to see the 3 putt.
Yeah.
He's probably going to get hit with the Berdogey badge.
I hope not. I feel for the guy, man. The other guys threw an OB, and they're taking a bogey, and he's doing it with them after having just outside the circle putt. So feeling for Elijah right there. It's just...
He didn't get hit with a Berdogey badge, so, thankfully, that's good.
Yes.
We love to see that. He didn't get hit with that.
Yeah, free and clear of the Berdogey badge, indeed.
But that's going to wrap up the front 9 coverage of the final round. You can see our leader, Matt Bell, 21 down, carrying that lead through into the back 9. Zach is putting together a solid front 10. He's kind of catching up to James. But if you want to see the exciting finish to this wonderful tournament, be sure to head on over to the back 9, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys over there.